Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today is finally the long-awaited video of me talking about my birth control. I am eating some plant-based nuggets with some fries. Um, these nuggets are actually pretty good. I thought they were gonna be gross because they're plant-based, but they're actually pretty good. So I should try it. Got them at Target. Anywho, I'm gonna try to make this video because my son is in the room, so there might be interruptions here and there. So we're gonna talk about birth control, my experience with the Nexplanon, why I got off of it, and TMI subjects here and there. So here is the warning for you guys. I am gonna be like throwing out really TMI information. Yes. So I do have a little bit of questions here that I will be answering of the birth control. So let's get right into that, and then I'll get right into the rest. So the main question I was asked a lot before and after I got off birth control was, are you trying to have another baby, and if that's why you got off birth control. Not necessarily I got off birth control because we wanted to try another baby. But if it happens, it happens. We're not using anything besides condoms right now. Here and there, because sometimes you forget. But so far I haven't gotten pregnant. I've been off birth control since December of last year. So, but for the most part, we are being careful. But we're not necessarily trying or stopping either. So, yeah. What kind of birth control are you taking, and do you have any noticeable side effects? Currently, I am not taking any birth control at all. I am letting my body go back to normal. So yeah. But the side effects I had on the Nexplanon, that's the birth control I was in, since I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning. But the side effects I was getting was abnormal bleeding. My libido was hella low. I did not really want to do anything. I was dry AF. What else? My appetite never actually increased, because I know a lot of people say they gain weight with the Nexplanon, or they lose weight, or like nothing. For me, it was nothing. I wasn't gaining weight, and my appetite wasn't like crazy, but I was maintaining the weight, which is good. But other than that, I wasn't getting anything else. Just the abnormal bleeding, and my libido was hella dry. So yeah. So those were the side effects with the Nexplanon. Are you planning to getting off anytime soon? I've been off birth control for 4 months already. Almost 5 months. But so far so good. I've been off of it. My body's back to normal. I'm getting my periods every month now. The only difference between when I was off birth control before I had Nathan was I would have my periods 7 days straight, and now I'm having them for 4 days straight, which is, I'm not mad at it, so, which is good. my libido's back to normal. Like crazy. I ain't dry no more, so that's good. Um, so yeah. And I feel like I am more in tune with my body now because I could tell now when I'm ovulating, like I want to do it more. So yeah. Um, how many have you had, tried, and which was the best for you? Never been on birth control before. Nathan, I was never on birth control. Um, I guess pull-out method, but that never. It's not a birth control, so don't try the pull-out method because that is not accurate. But um, for example, I have a 2-year-old now, but I was never on any birth control. The only birth control I've been on was the Nexpendon. That's the very first one, and apparently it did not work for me because I had abnormal bleeding. Yeah. Would I try any other birth controls? Maybe. Right now, I just want my body to go back to normal. Um, but yeah, those are the only questions I have that I got. I only got a little bit. But reason why I got off birth control was because the abnormal bleeding. The first time I started bleeding with it was for like 6 months straight. Well, it was 6 months when I stopped because I got on birth control on February of 2020 and I started bleeding that same month because I didn't get my period before I got on birth control. So I just went straight into birth control after the 6 weeks. And then from that, I just started bleeding all the way till June when he was 6 months. So I was 5 months with it on. But other than that, it was just the bleeding, the abnormal bleeding. But I wasn't like uncomfortable with it or anything about it because it wasn't heavy. I wasn't bleeding a lot. I would just fill out a regular pad throughout the whole day. Um, but I wouldn't feel like I was bleeding a lot. And here he comes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. I wouldn't really mind the bleeding because it wasn't so heavy. I would just feel like a regular pad, and that's it. Um, I wouldn't get cramps at all, so I wasn't really uncomfortable. And plus, I wouldn't feel it when it would come out, so I don't really care about it. I would put tampons on, but till this day, I'm still scared of putting one on. So when I was like bleeding, I wasn't wearing any tampons because I'm still scared of putting one on because I did tear, and apparently I tear near my like that little area on the bottom where it's close to the booty hole. So yeah. Other than that, um, with the intercourse, we would still do it when I would be bleeding. So it didn't really matter to him, and it didn't really matter to me because we've done it before on my period, like my regular period. So he was all up for it, and I was like, okay. But again, like my libido was really low, so I wouldn't necessarily be wet. So I'm telling you guys, this video is TMI. But reason why I got off birth control was because of the abnormal bleeding. And I had a physical done a couple months before I got off birth control because I was having pain on my right side, lower right side, so on my ovaries, and it turned out to be a cyst, but it was just bursting. So every time I would start my period, it would burst. So, yeah. So the doctor asked me how my periods are, and I told her that they are like a whole month long. So I didn't call them my period. I would just call them bleeding because it was just months long, and it was that brown stuff. And I wouldn't cramp or anything. So yeah. And so the doctor recommended to get off birth control because she didn't want me to become anemic. But every time my blood work would come back, I was A-okay, that I did not have any anemia. And that's always been my case because ever since I was younger, I was I was so skinny, as you guys know. I was underweight, and I would just my mom would be so scared that I would be like anemic or something. So I would always get blood work, and it will always come back good. And that's because I ate a lot of beans. Gotta take your iron, kids. But anywho, so the doctor recommended me to get off birth control because of the bleeding, and she was telling me all the other options, the other birth control, and I told her I would be willing to try the Depo shot, but she did not recommend that one because the Depo shot apparently has the same medication as the Nexplanon. So since Nexplanon was not good for me, most likely the Depo was not gonna be good for me either. So I was like, okay. And I suck at taking pills, so the pills were not an option. Well, they are, but uh, I am for sure I would be ending up getting pregnant with those. And what else? And then with the IUD, I don't really want to get the IUD because I'm scared of it because I've heard so many things. Oops, got ranch on the couch. I've heard so many things of people's bodies like rejecting the IUD, and also I guess the IUD could get lost in your body, and so many things. So that's why I don't want to get that IUD because of that. I got interrupted because my man's called me. He's at work right now, so he called me, and here comes Papa. Um, anywho's, the hi. So anywho, that's the reason why I don't want to get the IUD because I'm scared of it getting lost in my body or my body rejecting it and me not knowing. Um, so yeah. But other than that, I feel like the condoms have been working. out, so condoms are good for now. Because I do want another kid. Like I said, we're not, I guess you could say we are preventing it from condoms, but there are times where, we don't really use them. But if it happens, it happens. I mean, Nathan's gonna be 3 years old this December, and the age gap where I want my kids, I want them at least 3 years or almost 4 years. I feel like the 4th year, that's when I'm like, good, he'll be good with the little sibling. And either way, he's really good with other little small kids. Like he sees a baby and he right away he's like, baby, baby, baby. So yes, I think he will be a great little, not little, because he's gonna be the big brother. He's gonna be a really great big brother. And I feel like if I have a girl, he's gonna be really great. And if I have a boy, he'll at least have someone to play with. What do you guys think? Do you guys see me as a boy mom? Or you guys see like a little baby girl, little mini me? But yeah, so if it happens, it happens. If not, then it doesn't happen. But let's talk about it. That's what his shirt says. Let's talk about it. But yeah, they don't see you, Papa. Are you eating the K-pop finally? I bought that in the morning, and you're barely eating it. Yeah. Anywho, ahí vienes. I think that's gonna be it for the video. He likes doing that, I don't know why. But I think that's gonna be it of this video. I answered pretty much why I got off birth control and if I'm in any birth control. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. If you guys have any other further questions, leave them in the comments below. And hey, now go answer for them. And I guess this is my cue to exit this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below any other questions, and I will see you guys on the next video. Vale. Manda beso. Vale. Ay, I thought you were gonna fall back. Bye. Bye.